Whatever goes around comes around.
Turn it up a little bit more.
Every lifetime is a lesson.
Thank you.
This is what I find. No matter who you are, gonna have you up and down. Whatever goes around comes around.
Waking up to all this bright light shining in my face. People screaming, don't move, or you're gonna get sprayed with mace. Babies crying, saying, please don't take daddy away. All the while.
I want to tell you about my best friend named Cuckoo. So ladies, listen up. And fellas, yeah, let me school ya. God is with me, Cuckoo. Don't try me for a fool. Loyal be me to you. Tight like the old school. Slip on her drip, stuck on her grip. Keep her with them trip. Hustler, she a flip. Spiritual guru. Powers coming through. Breaking them old rules. Breathing that new. Fast and that cool. Eating juicy fruit. Juicy sweet too. Cuckoo clean, boo. Let her loose. No controlling this thing. Cuckoo. Boy, I'm rolling this thing. Let her loose. No controlling this thing. Boy, I'm holding this thing. Let her loose. No controlling this thing.
I can't let a bum try to touch me. On a higher level, all these hoes know it's one thing. No, sir, you are disgusting. Get up on my face, before I handle your lesson. I've been in the gym, got him fiending. Natural body built, but I still got him leaning. You should close your mouth, cause you're reeking. No, I'm not linking this motherfucking weekend. I'm the highest vibe in this bit. I'm the highest vibe in this bit. Realest glow that you could find in this bit. If you see no trouble finding this bitch, cause I'm the highest vibe in this bit. I'm the highest vibe in this bit. Realest glow that you could find in this bit. If you see no trouble finding this bitch. Once upon a time I thought that she could try me. But when it come back around, baby, you should cry me. Only pour love in the people who surround me, so the negativity don't bite me in the honey. Focus on my energy, create what defines me. Made to open up the mind of anyone who find me. If you could remind me, try to keep my heart big, ego really tiny, cause I'm real high, real light, I'm fire. Ooh, cause I'm real high, real light, I'm fire. Ooh, I'm the highest.
Okay, Brandon, don't miss the excitement. I see you up there.
If you see no trouble found.
All right, y'all. So everybody, that was Ro P. Hill, Gaia, and Rel B, some of our artists that have been here on the Private Room with Tiffany. And so we have a nice group tonight, real sexy group tonight, and I'm excited. I am so excited. So I wanted to take a moment to let everybody briefly introduce themselves, tell us what city you're in. I don't know. I think I'm going to have one spouse introduce the other spouse. Let's make this fun. So y'all know me. I'm Sunshine. I'll have my beautiful co-host, Miss Tiffany. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. It's Tiffany K, the other Tiffany. Happy to see all y'all's faces tonight. Thank you for joining us. I am out of Charleston, South Carolina, by way of the Northeast, Connecticut to be exact. And I'm just here for the ideas and the love and all of that good stuff. So
Yes. I'm excited. I'm excited about tonight. So we have a special go host. Well, we can say go host because she's here with us tonight. We have a special co-host tonight, Miss award-winning radio host of True Dreams Radio, Miss Kiara. She is on here. Is it Kiara or Kiara? I feel like I'm saying it wrong.
Kiara.
No, okay, Kiara. Okay. So she is award-winning, y'all. She has won best podcast, best radio show for, was the last 2-3 years?
No, well, no, 1 year.
1 year, but she's been nominated. She's been
Yes.
nominated
Oh,
more than
boy,
once,
yeah,
and
Queen
she
City
won.
for life.
Yes. So that is how I came across her, is just seeing her nominations. She did win this last year, so we are very excited to have her on with us tonight. So please introduce yourself and tell us about your radio show.
Hey, let's get it, you guys. So I am Kitty Mo, also Kiara Wilson. I am the owner, you guys, and one of the radio personalities for an award-winning radio station out in the Carolinas. And now we are in Tampa, Florida, by the name of True Dreams Radio 24/7. We do stream all genres of independent artist music, old school, new school, R&B, you guys. We did win one award, and that was the Charlotte's People Choice Awards, you guys, in 2019. Yes, we have continuously been nominated for Best Radio Station for the Queen City Awards. Shout out to them, you guys. So we definitely do appreciate every year getting that love. So I'm definitely excited to be a part of you guys' movement. Shout out to, I know you missed the excitement. So shout out to a couple people I'm familiar with on this, great discussion tonight. So thank you so much for having me, Sunshine. Thank you, and Tiffany too.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. I'm very excited to have you on. We've been trying to get you on for just a couple of weeks, so I'm glad that you were able to make time to be on with us, and we are looking forward to having you tonight as one of our beautiful, sexy co-hosts. Yes. All right. So we have our veteran couple who we've had. This is our second time having Bugsy and his beautiful wife Winter Storm on. So I'm gonna let y'all introduce each other, however y'all want to start, but I'm gonna have y'all introduce each other. Yes.
Okay, I would like to introduce to everyone my lovely, amazing, talented husband, Mr. Bugsy Calhoun. Give it up for him.
Love it. Woo! Yay! All right. Introductions.
Because I heard what you had said. From Allendale, South Carolina, now residing in Columbia, South Carolina. I want you to give up to the novelist, the educator, the poet, the mother, the arranger, the financier, my better half.
Yes.
Karen L. Joyner Washington, aka Winter Storm. You better know it.
Yes.
Everybody better clap. Y'all tell me back there about it. I want more than teeth. I want hand claps.
I'm telling you, I'll let's see if y'all can top that, fellas. Let's see if y'all can top that, fellas and ladies. I don't know.
Let's see. Okay. What y'all got?
I know. That was beautiful. All right, okay. So we're gonna go to the lover and the giver. Let's see. Go ahead, introduce each other. Introduce each other.
I'm gonna go first because there's no introduction. I wasn't Charlotte born, but Charlotte raised, and in the community as often as he can. The other and good-looking half of the lover and the giver, Mr. Excitement. Brandon, aka Chuck Brown.
Love it. Okay, so which one's the lover and who's the giver?
I'm the lover. We're supposed to be talking about that tonight, but he's the lover.
I'm sorry. Okay, we can come back to it. Okay, go ahead, Miss Excitement.
I want to introduce y'all to the executive
director moving, right? Okay.
of Project 704 with my beautiful wife, who we've been married 7 years.
Keep going. No.
Going Judith on said, 7 years. Judith Elise Brown.
Oh, he got to be too sexy tonight. I'll be too sexy tonight.
Y'all wanted it. Y'all got it.
So I'm the giver.
What was that voice, Mr. Excitement? Okay.
I
heard some Barry White in there. A little thing, quiet storm going on.
Yes, it's Valentine's Day weekend. Valentine's Day in 2 days.
Look at that. Look at that. Did he just bark at you? Was that a bark?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And then I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to give a little tiny little introduction here. We have the Houstons here, okay? So Miss Donnie, she is probably tired of this story, but I'm gonna tell the story anyway. I met Donnie about how the twins are 16. So I met her about 14 years ago. 14 years ago. And this is gonna be a crazy story, y'all. Okay, because y'all gonna be like, what? Okay, so I was going through a period and I was in the hospital, and you know how they put the person outside the door to make sure that you stay sane and make sure that you good. That was Donnie. And Donnie came in the room and she was like, are you okay? You know, I'm just here to support you. And she like actually rubbed my face and I'm like, are you supposed to be doing this? But she did it to make me feel comfortable. And when I tell you that after that, I just fell in love with her as a friend, as a person, as a mom, at just everything, as a caregiver, because she was really there for me in a dark moment. And so when I heard that Miss Donnie was getting married, and then I heard about her wifey, which I'm gonna let them introduce each other, I was like, yes, because she deserves all the happiness in the world, and I can tell that they are happy. So that's my little story out there, and one of the reasons why they on here tonight, because if it wasn't for Donnie, I don't know how it would have been that night. So I'm gonna let y'all introduce each other.
Well, before then, but wait a minute. I met you at Latosha's when you did that party. That was my first time meeting you.
Oh, yes, you did. You met me.
Yes, you had me at that party doing crazy stuff. Let's start there.
Oh, that's right. I did a toy party.
You had the exotic.
I did.
Yes.
I did. So we were hosting a toy party. So the one I just told you about, that stands out because it was like, it was no one else around. There wasn't a bunch of dildos and stuff all over the place. It was a little bit more personal. But yes, that's right. I did. I met you at a toy party. I was actually the person selling the toys. You are so right. How could I forget that?
The host.
Okay.
Yes,
all
you
right.
were.
So go ahead and introduce each other.
Had me in front of people doing crazy things. Yes.
I did. We were doing all kinds of stuff.
My chocolate covered cherry. My boo thing, my baby mom. Yeah, all of that. This is the Mrs. Houston, Duplin County. Yes, this is my boo. Charlotte raised. We've been, high school sweethearts. This is my baby, Cassie Pooh, also known as Cassara J. Houston.
Okay. Thank you.
My lover, my baby daddy. On a good day.
No, but born in Fayetteville, Charlotte raised her. This is my Donnie. You got a glimpse of who she is. That's heart of gold.
Yes. Well, thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for coming on. So as y'all can see, we have a wide range of relationships in here tonight on purpose. So I want to hear y'all's love story. I think it's really important for people to kind of see how y'all met and all of that good stuff. So Tiffany, am I missing anything before we go into the love stories? What you think?
No. Well, maybe dynamic but
yes. So we always talk about dynamics on here, y'all. So I guess what we can do is when y'all are telling your love story, tell us what your relationship dynamic is. And that way we can really get to know y'all. So we're going to start with Bugsy and Winter Storm. Tell us your love story.
So we are both poets, of course. Everybody, most people know that. We're both poets, and I was doing some erotic poetry, and he happened to catch it online. Am I right?
Instagram.
On Instagram, he caught it, and
she was in Charlotte.
I was in Charlotte
at Diamonds.
At Diamonds in Charlotte at the time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And he caught it, and he was intrigued.
Okay. Wait, isn't Diamonds a strip club?
It was. It is. But they were having an erotic. Israel the Poet was hosting erotic poetry. Events there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We know Israel.
Yeah. And so he made a post, I think, on his page, and he had his artwork. He loves art. So he had artwork on it. And I was like, I like them elephants. Can I get to see them in person? So he was like, sure. And that's pretty much how it started. And we've been together ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Miss Kira, you got some questions for them?
It's open. We're in an open relationship. Yeah. Some people may call us poly, but I don't care what no one calls us. We're open. And open means it's a continuous conversation, continuous understanding, always being open and honest with one another and how we feel, and the movements and the things that we do.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even concern nobody else. And in 5 years together, 6 years together, 6 years together, June 30th, and 3 years married, June 12th. We haven't had one argument, not one fight, not one argument. And we don't do it not because we mastered it, but we come to a place where we deal with ourselves first, and then we come to the table and we discuss and openly and honestly listen to what one another has going on. And even if there's misunderstandings along the way, at the end of the day, I know that anything she does is in love, and it's same with me. So it's not like we're perfect. We're far from perfect. but our number one goal is peace.
Yeah.
And trust.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that.
If we can't have those two things, then we don't got nothing at all.
Yeah.
I love that. Wow.
Yes.
Not one argument? Not one?
No. We had one time when we was we had a misunderstanding. She got up and she walked away. And I think it was like 3 days. It took us 3 days before we came together. And then we realized it was a simple misunderstanding. It was something dealing with her nephew. And I remember like it was yesterday. But no, we don't argue. We don't argue. And it ain't like we're trying. We just know. I promise you, no cap. We don't argue about nothing. We will actively listen and conversate until we come to a medium. And even if we feel still, like sometimes even when we're finished and we're cool and everything's over, I still may feel away. She might even feel away, but we still deal with ourselves too. You know, that's with any relationship in this world. We to moving forward, we deal with ourselves. You gotta have that conversation with yourself. Why am I holding on to this? Why am I begrudging her or him over something?
Yeah.
And I mean,
because words hurt. Like at the end of the day, you can't take it back. You can say I'm sorry, but in the back of your mind, you still hearing what that person said to you in the heat of a moment. And like we said, we're poets, so we know how important words are. So if we're about to pop off, that we know that's our stop point. Like we gotta stop. And we gotta take a minute. And like he said, 3 days was the longest we went. We didn't really talk to each other. We because we was dealing. We was both dealing with what was going on. And when we, like he said, when we sat down and talked, we was like, we got mad over that. We disagreed with each other over that.
And even when we was mad, it wasn't like we didn't take care of each other.
Oh no, never that.
We made sure each one of us was straight. We cooked, we covered, we did whatever was necessary. Gas in the car, take care of responsibility. Just because we upset with one another don't mean that. I mean, her favorite thing is, I love you, but I don't like you right now.
Yeah.
So I understand.
Can I say something real quick?
Of course, you're the co-host, girl. You can say whatever you want.
It sounds like you guys really got down to checking the ego before the ego checked the relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of people now in today's society have a hard time checking their own ego, especially when they're in a committed relationship with a partner, because they're allowing their ego to overtake their emotion, and then it's just like, ugh. And then that's what leads to the arguments and everything else. So I love that for you guys. And I just want to say thank you because the last time you guys were on, y'all shed some light to me on my situation. And I never got a chance to say thank you guys for that. So I just want to say thank you now. So I really appreciate you guys.
Nice.
Nothing but love, Tiff.
Yeah.
And Tiff. For real, nothing but love.
Yes. Miss Kiera, we didn't ask you. Are you in a relationship?
Yes, I am.
Nice. How long have you been in a relationship?
Actually, well, it'll be 2 years in August. So, yes.
Tell us about him. You cheesing, girl. Tell us about him.
Right. I do feel like I'm cheesing big, but it's so funny. Honestly, how it happened because to me, I feel like it was just honestly just more natural than any past like situationships or relationships that I had. So when I'm feeling good, at a cookout or something like that, when I'm, enjoying myself, the best way to put it. One of the like silly things I like to do, I love freestyling. So now I'm not a rapper whatsoever at all, but it's something when I enjoy freestyling. So I went to a cookout and they were freestyling. So I naturally like joined the freestyle little clique. Of course, there was nothing but guys or whatever, basically. And then my homegirl that was with me, so freestyle or whatever. And one of the guys that was freestyling, of course, from my station, the guy that was freestyling, he was an artist. So he was the only person that was an artist like in the circle at the time. So they had us introduce each other. And we were like, okay, cool. So told him, of course, about True Dreams. He told me about him at the time. He did music before. He does battle rap now, but at the time he did music. So we basically connected doing like interviews. So for 3 years, we was just genuinely friends. And so it was just like really kind of like a nothing more, nothing less thing, really just like a respect thing on business. And going into, I want to right around like 2022, basically, we just really just kept connecting, like being more close, like outside of just being our names, Kitty Mo, and, and Psych. So it was more than that, at this point, like just a friendship. And the crazy thing about it is that like, as dominant as both of us are in our industry, we're very much so like vulnerable, like sensitive, like we like to express ourselves. So we really had just so many like similarities when it came down to what we wanted as like a relationship. When it came down to, like wanting marriage, wanting children. Neither one of us have children. Neither one of us has been married. So it was just like a moment where we just wanted to, we really kind of like realized like, dang, like we're expecting this from like others and people are not on that level. But now, granted, we got the same kind of like common ground. So it really kind of started as like a laughter and joke, looking at us like, wait, what's going on, but then, however, we really just kind of moved forward, really just decided to really just talk things out, started talking, got into a relationship. And last year in 2023, we moved out here to Tampa. And this was our first time ever, both of us being in Tampa. So we just wanted to kind of focus on like moving out here and being more of our individual selves outside of just always hustling, being Kitty Mo and Psych,
Yes, I love that. Yeah. So I remember when you posted that you were moving to Florida, I was like, ma'am, no, where you going?
It was really honestly kind of sudden too. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like, it wasn't, especially because I've been doing True Dreams for like now it's been 9 years. Like, it was really sudden, but it was more of a, I really would say like this time I was choosing like Kiera. Like for the past like 9 years, it's been like Kitty Mo, Kitty Mo, Kitty Mo, Kitty Mo, like True Dreams. Like, so I really wasn't focusing on myself, like as a woman, me wanting to become a wife, me wanting to become a mother. Like I knew that I felt like I had it, but I really wasn't working on my spirit. And I wasn't working on, just my stability just in general too, to be prepared for that type of role. So it was just kind of like a perfect timing. I'm about my money though. I'm not gonna front. So to be honest, Florida, I ended up finding a condo that was like the same price for a home that I was renting, but they were going up on me in Charlotte, like extra, and I'm full time at the time. So I'm like, listen, I'm Tupac, baby. I'm making $1 out of 15 cents, baby. I'm like really hustling this thing. Like, y'all killing me. So they were going up, and then just so happened I was just late night, like the little memes on Zillow. I gotta find me a home. So I just started like looking in Tampa randomly, and I literally found the condo that like matched my exact rent that I was paying in Charlotte. And I was like, okay, you know, I always thought that I had to have like, you know, quote unquote, more money to move to a bigger state like Florida. So really when my lifestyle was able to match, I did decided to humble myself, and I went back to, which was a great company too. I went back to a remote 9-to-5 that I'm working at now. And that's just now because one, to ownership, own a home, you know, but however, it's just been a blessing. So, you know, it was just definitely the support of being able to have my partner just believe in it too. And now he has a career out here and he's doing his thing. So I'm super proud of him too.
Congratulations. That's a beautiful love story. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So the Houstons, tell us your love story. How did y'all connect?
So we have been friends or knowing each other for over 17 years.
Oh, wow.
It was just, you know, get it and go on, you know.
Yeah.
But
whatever.
But so we still connected. We still stay connected. It's been years since we saw each other, and we happened to see each other at our godmom's funeral. And it was just the same feeling, because I've always had a crush on her, believe it or not. And it was that same feeling when I saw her again. And then in 2018, she slid in my DM.
Sure did. I got out of a toxic relationship.
We both got out of a toxic relationship, honestly. And she slid in the DM, and I slid right back to her. And March 6th, we will be together for 6 years. And June 5th is our wedding anniversary. We've been married for 3 years.
We literally got married 3 years to the same date that I proposed. So it was amazing. I always had feelings for her as well. And when we got together, it was just like these butterflies that you couldn't get rid of. Like it was amazing. Like you could never explain it. And then, you know, we kind of went on about our business. But this particular time, when I got out this relationship, listen, I wanted to do my coming to America. I wanted to sow my royal oats. I didn't want to be bothered. But, you know, that night I went over, and it was just like, I could not shake it. I couldn't. I mean, I was sending edible arrangements to the job. She ended up getting sick second week. I made homemade chicken noodle soup, took it over there, was taking wine. So this was, I mean, she's shady too. I'm going to tell you the shady part.
I was about to say that. She did say I shaded her, because she sure was like, maybe one night I can get my parents to watch The Boys and I can spend the night. And I was like, yeah, that's nice, but I like sleeping in my own bed.
Yeah, okay. She sure enough did. I even asked her, because I slid in it. It was a little before Valentine's Day. And I even was like, you gonna be my little Valentine or whatever? And she's like, we'll see. So she agreed to be my Valentine after Valentine's Day. Like, I'm like, forget you. Now you don't want me to spend the night. So one night when I slid over there, you know, we ended up falling asleep. And just by chance, we didn't wake up until the morning came. So the next thing was like, so when you gonna come back and spend the night? Like, oh, really? Now you want me to?
Ever since.
Yeah. So I kind of just like moved in, and we kind of just started establishing things together. And just like you all, we don't argue. Like we literally have open communication. Does she sometimes get on my nerves? Yes, she does. I want to strangle her.
She does me.
Yes, but literally, if we have something, because you have to understand. Listen, your partner's feelings are valid. They are valid. How they feel, you cannot. How you make a person feel is valid. So we learned that early on, and just to say, hey, like you felt some type of way, because sometimes I tell her like she might say something. I'm like, you said that with an attitude. Like, I feel like you made me feel, and then we just have to come back. But it's just open communication. We never argue when it comes down to the kids. She had a whole totally different upbringing. She was brought up in the country. They got put outside, and if they wanted water, they went to the spigot on the side of the house and got water. Where I grew up in Hidden Valley. You can find us on gangland. So that's not where my parents had to have their eye on me. I didn't have that. They were very strict. I was in that house. They knew where I was. We were in church. We was at revival, 5 church services in a Sunday. So a whole different upbringing. So when it came to the kids, we really had to talk it out. This is going to be our way of parenting. We're going to get on the same page. They're not going to get anything past us. So if they ask me a question, they ask her question. Hey, I got to talk to your mom. It's always a conversation. That is always our first go-to answer. You will never be able to hang us up because we're always going to check with the other person.
Exactly. And it's been times people have tried to turn us against each other.
Yes. Even couples that we thought were our friends, and something might have happened and, they went to her and said something, but we have that open communication that you can't go back and tell her anything that I've said that she doesn't know about. So we've watched a lot of couples fall from the wayside. But another thing is keeping those positive couples, those non-toxic relationships, our best friends, everybody, a lot of people are in the lifestyle and we hang out together and we have that healthy time, the couple talk, just like this. We have it in our dining room, our cook, and just having that, because what works for you might not work for me, but just sharing our experiences, it might take us a long way.
Right.
Especially being in a same-sex relationship where people expect you to fail. People, it was made for it to be a man and a woman, not a woman and a woman or a man and a man. But to be honest, you love who you love. Should I be with a man who's beating my tail and I'm not attracted to? No, I shouldn't. I should be with who I love. That is my decision. I have to answer to that. It's nobody else's business who I go to bed with. And, it's me and her. I'm very territorial. So yeah, I'll pull over the car and punch you in the face if I need to. But yeah,
we love it here.
Yeah, we love it here. We good.
we keep God first. That's our third string.
Yeah, we keep God, but we also keep that Medea going. You got to keep your piece of steel close. So we also do that as well.
Yeah. I love that. And I love that for you, Donnie, because you definitely deserve to have everything that you have with Sarah. And I'm so glad to hear that the boys, they have, their bonus mom as well. Watching them grow up. So I'm so happy for you. Yes.
I know it's crazy because now that we're married, the boys, they have the same initials.
Mm-hmm.
So before she was away, so they have literally the boys and her, their initials are KJH. Mm-hmm. And so it's crazy how it just all came together. It's just like, it was meant to be.
Nice.
I was around when she first had Khalil.
Okay. Yep. I remember that.
And
I remember
Khalil
that.
will be 15. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know.
So yeah, so that's our story.
Wow. I love it. That's my first time hearing the whole story. I remember Donnie talking about you, Sarah, when y'all first started actually dating. So I'm glad that I was able to hear the whole story and that y'all are on tonight. Thank you.
Yes.
And last but not least, the lover and the giver. Because now I got a whole lot of questions. About who's who.
I don't know how far, well, we can go back to we knew each other on Facebook before we actually met. And at the time, Chuck was running he was running a group for singles in Charlotte called Single Saved and Serious.
I remember that.
And I was like, okay, that sounds pretty good. Let me see what's going on. And but that's not really how we really were together. The first time I actually met him, he called me up and he said, hey, I'm having my birthday party in the park. Would you like to come? And I was like,
I inboxed you.
You inboxed me. And I said, okay, yeah, I guess I'll come out. What do you need me to bring? So I said, I'll stop and get some sodas and napkins. And I said, this is okay. But I'm going to go back a little further. So that year, 2015, I was like, you know what? I believe I'm supposed to be somebody's wife. And we're gonna go about this real serious. We're not gonna look left nor right. We're not gonna play no games. You know, I can be friends with everybody, but there's somebody that I think is supposed to be my husband. So I went out there, not, you know, just bringing the sodas and the what's called. And I showed up and I said, "Hey, I'm here." And he was like, "What did you say?" You said,
I had to go get my cousin to try to find out who that was.
"Who the heck is this woman who just showed up?" And so then his two cousins came down, and they were so sweet. They were talking to me, trying to figure out who I was, and brought all the stuff up. And it was nice. I actually liked it because I could see everybody. You can't fake the funk in front of your family. I'm sorry. Mama was there, kids were there, cousins were there. You know, his dad was there. You know, cousins will throw you under the bus in a heartbeat. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get to know everybody and everything about you.
So y'all's first time getting together was with family?
Was with family on his birthday. And because I really wanted to see the real you. I didn't want no representative. Right. So I wanted to see the real you. But I never forgot, like, what is it? You asked who's gonna make somebody said who's gonna make him a plate. And I'm thinking, you know, here's the family. It's his birthday, right? Right. You know, nobody stood up to make a plate. Now I have to tell y'all, I'm old school. Okay, I'm old school. I went over and I said, "Well, what do you want on the plate?" "I want a little bit of everything." And I was like, "You mean seriously everything?" And he was like, "Yeah, a little bit of everything." And I made the plate and I said, "What you want to drink?"
2 plates.
I made him 2 plates. I bought him his drink with a cup of ice. I was like, "Okay, you need your napkins. You need what else you need? Here you are. You the birthday boy, you know." Right. So we started hanging out that day. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I'm the kind of person, it got dark and I was, not that I was new to Charlotte by that point, but I was like, I still didn't know my way around. I was like, I gotta go home. Well, he ends up calling me, "Well, you know, we're having a real after party at the press box." Okay. And I was like,
press box. Yeah, I had an after party with press box with Stacey Blackman.
Stacey Blackman. So I was like, no, I'm not coming. Why are you not coming? "No, I'm not going to the club with you. It's dark. I'm not driving anywhere. I just got home. I'm comfortable." He called me 10 times. Wow. And I said, "No, I'm not going. I don't know you that well." And finally,
I know that's right.
10th time, he said, "Well, what you doing tomorrow?" I said, "I'll be going to church." He said, "Well, what you doing after church?" I said, "Nothing." He said, "Well, let's have a date after church." I said, "Bet, we could do that." We could do that. And so that was our first date. And then the next date was the craziest thing. We went to a buffet. And this man started pulling out his camera and putting the camera in my face like, "We going live right now. We going live." And I'm going,
he knew what he wanted. He knew what he wanted.
As soon as this date is over, I'm getting away from this man. I never want to see him again. He crazy. And then he's still in the parking lot while I was going to my car. "Oh, let's go live. Let's go live. I want, you know, just talk about." And I was like, "Sir, is there something wrong with you? Get out. You choked. You ain't real. You choked." I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna choke all right. I'm gonna choke you."
She got excited about the excitement, and I was trying to test her.
He was testing me. And I was like, "No, I ain't got nothing." So after that, the funny thing after that, though, is that at the time, there were 2 other people that I was talking to.
Okay.
That were interested.
Okay.
But it was like, "What you doing? Where are you going? What you doing this weekend? What you doing Monday?" Like, no. I didn't even hear from them other 2 people because he was just like, "How you doing? Want to hang out here? You want to go there?"
I had to shove them on out the way. You go ahead and move. Go on about your business, bro.
Right.
I love it.
Right here. It was
go on about your business.
It was constant. And literally, real quick, we were dating for about 9 months, and I already knew I was in it. My heart was in it. Oh. And he was sort of like, "Well, you know, what'd you say? I don't
slow down.
I don't really have deep feelings for you." I said, "Hold up."
No, he didn't.
You mean to tell me
I'll believe that. I
have been giving you exclusively all my time? And you don't, by this point, you're not even deep feel. Oh, well, have a nice life. I'll see you later.
Right.
Remember, I was on a mission.
Right.
I'm like, I'm not wasting time. 9 months. So he was like, what are you talking about? I said, nice to meet you. Nice to know you. You
right
on the friend zone. Bye. And he would not let me go that night. I think we sat around for 3 hours until I said I would see him again. And 6 months later, we got married.
Aww.
6 months later, we got married. Because I was like, hey, you just want to date, go out and date. That's fine. I'm not mad at anybody who just wants to date and ain't serious.
Right.
But I was like, look, I know. And before he says it out loud, there was a reason why I was kind of like, I'm ready to be a wife and be still or settled. Not that I'm still, I gotta take that back. But, so the year that I met him, he was turning 39. I was turning 50.
Okay. I did not know I had an age difference.
Go ahead and say it.
Know that.
You ain't know she 11 years older than me.
Yep. No,
I did not know that.
Usually he's yelling cougar all over the place.
Oh, cougar in the club.
Usually he's yelling cougar all over the place. There was an age difference, and I was like, you know what? I just want to spend my life with somebody. But I will tell y'all something funny. Our second date, when he did that, we did go dancing, right? Was it our second date or our third date? I think it was our third date. We went dancing. And we stayed out till 2 a.m. You know, Charlotte bars and everything. Stayed out till 2 a.m. And that morning we got up and went to church. And I called my family. I said, I think this is it.
Oh.
And they're like, what are you talking about? I said, girl, we partied and closed the place down and got up and went to church the next day.
Okay.
We can do this. We can do this. Because you know what? I love the people who go to church, but I didn't want somebody so holy that they didn't know how to have a good time. They didn't know how to be out in the community. They didn't know how, you know what I'm saying? And then I didn't want somebody so deep in, you know,
religious.
Yeah, I didn't want that. Holier than thou. Right. I didn't want that.
You going to hell?
I wanted somebody who understood truly what it meant. You know what I'm saying? To be in a relationship with God and have that all, but also just let's have fun. Let's have fun. Because there are a lot of people who, you know, are so religious, they're not having any fun. Nobody likes them.
Well,
let's just be real.
Wait a minute. They're having fun, but they're being real sneaky behind it.
Right? Or they doing they got to be real sneaky and I got to go out of town. And we were like, nah, you know. Yeah. So we got the nickname, the Crazy Christians. The Crazy Christians. We got the nickname, the Lover. Well, the Lover and the Giver came, and that, you know, who's who. Our first date, second date. He don't even remember. Second date.
It was the second date.
He asked me, he said, so if you were to describe yourselves, what would you describe yourself as? And I said, I'm a giver. I know I'm a nurturer.
Okay.
I love to nurture dreams. I love to nurture businesses. I love doing all of that stuff. And I said, so what do you see yourself up? And how did you say it?
I'm a lover.
I said, how corny can you get? I was like, that's the corniest thing. Anybody could say.
He had that cougar now. He was horny for that cougar girl.
I was like, you sound like Pepe Le Pew. I'm like, ain't nobody talking like that. Who talks like that? But that stuck. And the first day of our after our wedding, we did the first Lover and Giver live on Facebook. And we've been doing it. April will make 7 years that we've been doing Lover and Giver.
Yes. Nice. I love that story.
Yes,
I love it. Look at Bugsy. Bugsy, you crying over there? No, I'm just messing with you.
No, it was something that said them two
when
plates.
you know what you want,
he said
when
them
you
two
know
plates.
what you want, you gotta go after it.
Yeah.
Some of them 2 plates.
Yes. So I've heard a couple of things. Like I heard a couple of things in all three of you. One, not doing a whole lot of arguing. So that means that y'all are communicating. Y'all have really good communication.
No, we argue.
Oh,
we
yeah,
argue now.
yeah.
Well,
We
I know,
Yeah.
but we have Bugsy and Winter Storm and the Houstons. They said we ain't gonna be doing all that arguing. But then we heard communication. Communication is across the board.
Yes.
Here, especially even with Kiara and her hubby, talking about communication and just talking about like, this is what I want, and being intentional and being direct about what you want is a big thing. And I'm hearing that in all the relationships that are here right now. So we're here tonight talking about romance. So how long, you said Bugsy and Winter, y'all been together 6 years?
It'll be 6 years in June, yes.
June 30th of 6 years.
Okay. And then the Houstons, y'all have been together how long?
6 years, March the 6th.
6 years too? Okay.
3, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
6 years, 6 years. And the lover and the giver, how long have y'all been together?
This year makes 9 years together, 7 years married.
Nice. Okay. All right. 6, 6, 7. And then Kiara, you and your boyfriend have been together for 2 years. Okay. Now, Tiffany, we haven't heard your love story. Tell us about you and Yuri. Well, look at her smiling. Look at her.
Me and Yuri have been together going on 8.5 years. We met each other over social media. I noticed this stranger liking a lot of my stuff on Instagram. So I'm the type to be like, what is your angle? So I slid in his DMs like, good morning. How are you? And we still joke about it, but we've had our ups and downs and trials and tribulations and all of that stuff, because I'm realistic about things and I look at it like he's not perfect and neither am I. So all we can do is perfect a realistic relationship between the two of us. He's my rock. I love him to pieces. And we also identify as, well, he identifies as polyamorous. I identify as open. Once again, thanks to you guys. That's what I realized. And it works for us. And one thing that I can say that has kept the longevity between him and I is that we compromise a lot. We understand that there's going to be growth individually, and because of the individual growth, it's going to lead to growth within the relationship as well. So we just think outside of the box and get creative on how we can keep it together. And it's just worked for us through these years. And this is the longest relationship I've ever been in and he's ever been in. So, yeah.
Nice.
We call each other life partners. So we are manifesting that into our future. I don't think we can see each other apart from outside of our own lives. So have I gotten sick of him? Yes. Yes, I have. Has he gotten sick of me? Absolutely.
Yes.
But we are aware that we're not easy people to get along with, especially when we're both on a healing journey. So I feel like it's my responsibility to work on myself, and it's his responsibility to work on himself. And then we can come together like a meeting of the minds and talk about what it is that we're healing from, childhood traumas, and things like that. And it's really, it's helpful to have a partner kind of go through things like that too. So.
Yeah. Nice. And y'all have been together. I'm sorry. So tell me again, how long y'all have been together?
Going on 8.5 years.
Okay. All right. So y'all know Cedric and I, we've been together for 7 years, married. We are practicing polyamory right now. That's something that we decided for our marriage that works for us. And we met from someone suggested him for a logo for me. And his prices were too high for me at the time because it was my nonprofit. And I was like, I ain't paying that much for a nonprofit logo. And then after that, he just started stalking all my pictures. He was liking my pictures, loving my pictures, and so forth and so on. And he's 9 years younger than me. And he went into my DMs. And I was just like, no, sir, you're too young for me. And I did like you, Kasera. I shaded him for a good bit. Like, you're too young for me. No, sir, you're too young for me. And then finally, when I agreed to go on a date with him, the night before, his apartment complex, his whole building burned down. The day before we're supposed to go on our first date. And I saw it on Facebook and I called him and I was like, what is going on? Do you need anything? I was actually in Atlanta visiting another guy when I saw it. And so I was just like, what's going on? Tell me, or do you need anything? And I promised him I would leave the next morning earlier than I planned. I came here, went with him, tried to help him salvage his apartment for the next couple of days. And actually my daughter invited him to sleep on our couch because his hotel days had run out for his insurance. And he came and sat on my couch for about a week. And then one night I was like, you want to come upstairs with me? And after that, he never left. That was it. So yeah, he moved in. We didn't even make it on a first date before he moved in. So it was me offering my couch because he was out of his home. Really lost everything, clothes, furniture, everything. He lost everything in that fire. And was on my couch for a week. And then I invited him up for a late night talk and he never left. So
my boyfriend just came here and I'm dying because I'm 5 years younger than him. So
okay.
And he loves to older, excuse me, older than him.
Oh, yes. Okay.
But he always make a joke that he tried to talk to me and I quote unquote shaded him.
Oh, I did.
I was Kitty Mo, but I
definitely did.
Yeah, that's all just dying because I'm like, okay, like he's in the background like that, like
yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so we've been together for 7 years, and he's 9 years younger than me. So it's a couple cougars on here, Miss Lover. I mean, Miss Giver. There's a couple cougars on here. Okay.
5 years.
Yeah.
Cougars
So
cool. Cougars are cool.
Cool.
we are. So with you, Kiara, being the youngest of the relationships on here, I'm gonna let you kind of take over about learning about some romance in the relationships. I'm gonna let you take over for a minute.
Right. So I will admit, definitely. So I'm 32. I'm gonna put my age out there. I'm 32. My partner is 27. So, basically, of course, hearing being stand out, like I like the transparency from all three of you guys. Being able from the lover and the giver. I will admit, like we do deal with arguments, but I noticed. With the other two couples that you guys said that y'all don't argue. Now, the question that I had about that I was curious is that do you guys feel like as if you guys don't argue because of the past relationships that you guys have been in that was considered to be toxic? So now you're at that level just in life and as well as age. Why you don't argue anymore? Because I feel like everybody has been at that point. So it's like now that you basically learn who you are, and for those that do deal with arguments, that do have their issues, like how long do you necessarily wait to be able to, know like, okay, this person is going to grow just like you grew? Or is this just something that you just kind of knew with that particular person, like head on, like, I don't know what it is about her. I don't know what it is, but I've never had a bone in me to just ever argue with this individual. Like, so, well, how can you explain that a little bit further for those that do deal with disagreements and arguments?
I'll step in real quick and say I was married prior to meeting Karen. And when she met me, I was in the process of separation and eventually a divorce. And I cheated in my former relationship. And I lied in my former relationship, and my ex-wife is still very close to me, close to us.
Yeah.
We have a great relationship. We're family. We'll do anything for each other, vice versa, all of us. Her family, my family, we're all one tribe. And I just didn't want to take God's blessings, the Creator's blessings for granted this time around. When we first met, like I said, we didn't say, but we didn't date. The first time we met each other, it was on. We got it in like immediately. It wasn't. We didn't know each other like that.
I kind of figured once you watched the erotic poetry. I mean,
Right.
Was the first common conversation?
It wasn't.
No, I'm just messing.
I'll be honest. I'm an energy person. I'm a vibe person, and when Karen has a great energy. She's very loving. It's not. I don't know nobody that can say they have anything bad to say about her. Even if it's a critique, it's still a critique in love. But I'm keeping my word on this go round. I'm just whatever. We've been in play parties. We've had situations with other couples, other people. She's went off and did something. I went off and did something. In terms of stepping out of our relationship in terms of sexual things, but even in that, it's always a conversation. I learned from her. I learned to be brave, to speak truth, even if it ain't even hard, because whenever we even feel like we might even get into something with anybody else or anything else, financial, spiritual, physical, family, the question marks of the future, how we feel in that moment, if it's a moment of inadequacy, if I feel less than, she don't feel like she's less, she's more than she should be, we always come back to the table and we just discuss it. And we 45 and 46. I ain't got no time, and I'm quite sure you agree with me. We ain't got no time to be arguing about stuff that we could just talk about. And the most important thing is just my goal for our relationship was for it to be golden. Golden means the way we went in is the way we gonna leave this relationship. We're gonna leave this relationship knowing that we haven't lied to one another. We haven't done anything foul to one another. And I owe that to what I put my ex-wife through. And I owe that to her. And I owe that to anybody that I talk to moving forward. I have to be brave enough to speak truth, whether it hurts somebody or it don't. Because she speaks truth, and I admire her for that. I think she's brave and courageous for saying something that some people would stutter, mutter, and be like, I did something, or no, she'll just say, hey, you want to know? You want to know what happened? You want to know what's going down? Hey, babe, someone did X, Y, and Z. And I'll be like, okay, it gives me time. Give us time to process it and deal with our. Afterwards, we come back to the table. So, yeah, that's where we at.
Nice.
Cool.
I think you. Yep. Go ahead, Kira. Go ahead.
I think for me, I had been in enough relationships, especially that last relationship, where it was just arguing. It was insecurities. I couldn't walk outside. I grew up hearing enough arguing. So when I said I would wash my hands and I was ready to, sow my royal oats and do whatever, I didn't. I really wasn't looking for a relationship. And it just it was literally God ordained this. And I just wanted to do something differently. I wanted somebody that could understand me, that could, feel my spirit, someone that I could be on one accord with. And literally, we finish each other's sentences. We literally say things at the same time. Sometimes we have the same thought process. When it comes to some things, they may be different. Do we sometimes disagree? Or, but we always just talk about it. It's no reason for me to yell or raise my voice. It's no reason for us to expose our children to that. They've never seen us, other than play wrestling or running through that. That's the only thing that they've seen us be playful, but that's just not what we wanted to do. We wanted to first keep God first. And under that, to love each other, you know, love her as I love myself. I put her before, you know, I think of her feelings. I try to think of the things that she may need before she even needs them, whether it's little things like, you know, making her coffee on the way out the door, trying to pack her lunch, or just, you know, just those little things. Just try to be very mindful of her and her feelings as she does me. So yes, I was sick and tired already, and I just wanted something new, something different, something that felt different, someone that could really, really, really speak to my spirit. And when you do that, it just hits a little, it just hits a little differently. Like literally one time we had a little get together and she was at the card table and I was over on the couch and we locked eyes. In that moment, I can't tell you, like my heart did like a duh, 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 like, and it's like I could see into her spirit. I could just feel it for a second.